Hey, good morning, traders. Welcome to the Bookmap All Markets webinar. This is Bruce at Bookmap, and we are going to go through the live order flow using Bookmap. And hold on just a minute. Order flow using. Okay, it's working over in YouTube. Just needed to double check there. All right. So and why order flow? Why are we looking at this? It has to offer some sort of edge or advantage. That's the only reason why we'll use it. It does because it can track and display the participants' behavior in the auction process. The only way they can participate is via their orders. The order flow will help you understand what their position is, where they might be trapped, where the majority of them are, how they're reacting to specific news, data, technical levels, etc. And this gives us the edge, and that's why we're using it. All right, so we had our Bookmap Academy meeting yesterday, and went through a lot of stuff. I thought it was great. This is the process that we use, and it's the same we use in this webinar as well as in the pilot program. The checklist here that we have for building our playbook, the impetus, this is bigger picture. What is moving the market? We want to understand that the data, the Fed, certain bellwether stocks, etc. What is affecting the market, or geopolitical concerns? And then we're going to look at key levels on the higher time frame. How is the market trading around those key levels? And then we start to develop number 3, scenarios and strategies. Okay, we're going to look for, well, if we're mildly bearish and the market comes up to a key level, and then we start to look for a scenario of it trading back into the range and going down. This is why it's important to know 1 and 2 to get to number 3. To get to number 3. And once you get here with your strategies and scenarios, then it comes down to your setup. Okay, you should know your setup. It should be practiced. You know all of the elements in your setup, and you select the proper one for the day. This makes a big difference here. If you're selecting the wrong setup for the day due to 1, 2, and 3 up above, you're probably going to get you're going to have a frustrating day. So anyway, we go through our checklist in our setup. You grade it. You understand what the context is of your setup, and you determine the risk and sizing, and you're looking at the order flow to execute and manage your trade. All right. So Bruce's pilot program is something in here is a subset of the Bookmap Academy, and this one here is rather unique. It's about building an edge. After working with so many traders, I found that most of them don't have a defined edge nor a process on how to build one. And this program here will provide that for you. Okay, and this is one of the most effective and fastest methods I've seen or come across. If you're interested in this, I can send you the link to it. Just go to we'll have to do a search for it. We're putting some links in here now. But you can go through it here. You can sign up here, and you can see testimonials and FAQs in here. There's no cost to this program, but you will need to have Bookmap Global or Global Plus. Now, that leads us to the next thing. Right now, we're having a great sale on Global Plus. 3 sales and a 4th coming for New Year's as well. So let me go through the deals here. We'll click on See the Deals. Here you go. Black Friday is 50% off of Global Plus, and this is for 3 months, okay, for the quarter, and 50% off of the data if you need it as well. Okay, so this is a great deal here for if you're looking for something a little bit longer term. Right now, if you're not and you just want to kick the tires for the month, then go with the Cyber Monday deal here. It's 60% off Bookmap Global Plus and 1 month of data. Okay, click on the deals here and it'll scroll you down the page and show it here. Okay, so you can go through the details there. So these are really great deals. like I've mentioned to everybody, if you want to try Bookmap, you've been waiting, this is the time. You're not going to find a better deal. All right, now, for those of you who already have Bookmap and want to try some of the add-ons, that's why we're offering this deal here. And click on the link or scroll down the page here, and then you'll see the how to get 50% off of the add-ons. Stops and Icebergs, Liquidity Tracker Pro, Trader Map Pro, the Market Pulse, and everything really. It's not just and more, it's everything except data. All right, so anyway, check it out and see if you want to you have Bookmap, you're happy with Bookmap, but you've always thought, well, I want to try the MBO bundle or Stops and Icebergs. Go for it now. See it now. And if it works and helps you, and ask questions in these webinars and we'll go through it. All right, one more thing here is our blue jacket. So this ends, these deals here, they're all good until the end of the month here. Okay, so you've got some days left, but snap it up if you are interested. And you can see the New Year's deal here, 30% off Global Plus Lifetime, but this is on the 26th to the 1st. All right, in the meantime, we're also hosting a competition. You can win 3 months of Global Plus by creating content and then using the hashtag free blue jacket. Then you can go through the details in here, how to enter, etc. But it will send it to here to X. You need to send it to X, LinkedIn, or your Instagram account with the hashtag free blue jacket, and that's how you enter. And you can see everyone's content in here. Okay, and it's a competition, so the best content wins. All right. Anyway, let's move on and go through the disclosures, and then we'll get into the price action. General disclosure: all Bookmap limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Risk disclosure: trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's jump in and take a look here. So you can see from the cash open here, a beautiful move to the upside. Hope you guys got involved in this pilot program, guys. There's some pretty nice stuff in here as well. Okay, just for the move up, it's right here. In fact, I think it's great. I mean, you can see this kind of reversal pattern here on the smaller time frame. Look at the absorption in here by the aggressive or the passive buyers in here. Okay, so this is again where I'm sure you guys grabbed it. Good morning, Richard. I'm sure you saw this, Richard, as well. I think you're still in the replay mode right now, but not looking at the live market. But look at this here. The structure is beautiful. Okay, it broke the diagonal. We know that first off, there's an impulse move to the upside. We know, secondly, that there are a bunch of buyers getting filled here on the bid. No question. Okay, now we're looking for the structure to break. Now the structure broke. Okay, now how did it break? We're looking for aggressors now. Passive accumulation, aggressive accumulation after the structure breaks, or before as well. That leads to that break. Now look at this here. Okay, now that's a diagonal line. This is why we cover it in the pilot program about the horizontal line. Okay, because look at the horizontal line here. Okay, this is where it became support, basically. We broke out, and then we went higher, and then was bouncing off of this area in here 1, 2, 3 times. More buyers again, guys. You can even this is why we went over the reversal for the pilot program as being the first, because once you start to understand these 4 elements on a reversal, you're going to be able to very easily understand the continuation pattern. Okay, so here's the continuation pattern in here. Move up, back and forth, and beautiful move up. Okay, and look at the buyers building up in here, that pressure. Let me know if you have any questions on this. This played out really nicely here, I thought. All right. Anyway, let's see, is trading his life in here, or D&T? I imagine you took that. Owen maybe saw it. A lot of you guys are still in the replay mode, but anyway, like I said, you will be able to, once you understand the trendline break accumulation pattern or elements, is very flexible for the next step into continuation patterns or many different patterns, really. All right. So let's take a bigger step back here, and let's look at the bigger picture. One more before that. One more word here. If you go to this was I don't know if Lowe is in here this morning. I think no, I don't see him. Anyway, he requested. He's like, Bruce, yeah, pilot program's great, but can you show us how you trade it? I was like, yeah, sure. And I'll come up with a document for you guys. There's a webinar later today. We're going to go through it. It's I think it's on YouTube here. Yeah, here, tutorial. How to trade Bookmap in replay mode and build an edge in Bruce's pilot program. Okay, it's also, you'll see it here in Discord as well for you guys. So it's later today. It's after our regular onboarding event. So if you scroll down here, here's our regular onboarding event here at 1 p.m. East Coast time. Right after that at 1:30 is this pilot program onboarding here. Sign up for this, come in, ask questions. I'm going to go through details on how to trade this and how to build your edge trading it in replay mode. All right. So hope to see you there. And let's move on here. Let's take our step back, look at our bigger picture. What's happening here? This is clearly a really nice big bullish move to the upside. What's happening out there in the markets? Why such a bullish move? Well, we had CPI data yesterday, less than expected. How does that help? It means that inflation is cooling off. It means that for the Fed, a rate cut is on the table for March. All right, that's what this means, and this we're seeing traders react to that, and that's how. Obviously, we all know this how important the Fed is and the controlling of interest rates is to the market, how sensitive the market is. So that's a big part of it here. There's also a lot of worry recently about tech. Let's go to the bigger picture candlesticks here on the daily over here. Okay, so you can see that the sell-off in here was a big worry for several days in here, that the AI movement here is overblown and overextended, and we're going to get a pullback. And we had also Oracle as well as Broadcom, post some earnings that weren't so stellar. We had today Micron post our earnings, and it was good. Okay, so it's back and forth on that. But traders are reacting to that now. Maybe it's overblown, maybe it's a buying opportunity, whatever the case may be. We're seeing the price move up. All right, now, so we've got that on our side, and we also had this pullback here. It's also an opportunity to buy back and trade it back up into the range up in here on the daily, and that's exactly what we're seeing. And now let's look at the hourly here in the middle. Okay, we have our swings up in here. We gapped up there the other day. This was another great trade, I thought, that we gap up here, and we're seeing a lot of sellers. We're seeing it not accept above the swing here at all, and looking for a fade back down to a gap fill. Okay, and beautiful move there. And then we see a harsh reaction on the way back up. Okay, in fact, it was Robert and Lowe who actually traded this after hours and caught a really nice trade in here. We went over it in the Academy meeting. So it was at the end and all of the session, or maybe I don't know if it was this day or the next day. We both did it. Now I think it was this day here. That this had sold off way too much. Yeah, it was this day. It sold off way too much. And you know, we're looking for a reaction in the Asian. They were looking for a reaction in the Asian session. They traded it and took it back up into some of these levels up here. Anyway, good stuff there. So now where are we? Well, we're up here again, and I would look for right up in this area here. I would look for some profit taking. This is a really nice move up here. There's going to be profit taking. There are two swings up here as well. We're already seeing it on the hourly, as you guys can see right here. Okay, I would anticipate that. Now this is a pretty strong drive up, but previous time up here, it was a pretty strong drop to lower levels as well. So maybe we need to see if we're still in this back and forth environment here. If we are, and we see the sellers coming in, a lot of them, where are they going to drive it? Okay, let's look over at the 15-minute chart. Okay, we've already tested the swings, the backside of the swings up in here. I'd look for sellers to try to drive it back down to maybe this 86 or 68.60. Now this is still 68.60. Okay, looks like rhythmic charts have rolled over to the current contract. Yeah, 78. Yeah, okay, great. All right, we're all on the same page then. Today is rollover, but these have already rolled or expiry. All right, well, I'm not seeing those sellers. This is very indicative of profit taking so far. We're seeing some selling in right in here. We're seeing a little bit of selling in here, but it's really back and forth. Okay, so maybe we'll find another kind of barrage here of buying. Right now in this environment, and as we know, this time of day, we're looking for some back and forth in here. This is very typical. Okay, so we're approaching 10:30 here East Coast time. The market's been open for a little less than an hour so far. Okay, so what kind of strategies can we look for in here? Well, the range bound strategies basically. Guys, this is let me show you something in here. And now it's just context here. But it's very valid to show. Okay, so here we had a trend line break in here or a structure break in here. Okay, we have high liquidity trading in here and here. Okay, we would look for a break. Okay, back into the range in here. Now it's failing right now, but it did break and it did up to just up into that liquidity up here at 68.80. Okay, and then now it just failed. Okay, but if we're looking for range bound strategies, then this is kind of near the bottom of the range, and we're starting to find those buyers come in and move it up here. Now that's a scalp, right? This isn't a key level here, but this context in here is the key or the main thing I want to mention here, because this is where the swings are on this very small time frame. And we would look for a small move due to this. Okay, now this is different now. This is an impulse move, and we're finding a lot of sellers, and they're moving it away from the range. Okay, so now what we're looking for is we're looking for acceptance outside of the range. We're looking for a low volume pullback to where it broke from here, and we've gotten it already. And then we're looking for price to come back down again. Okay, so looking for sellers right now and see if they can drop it back down into this 72, 70, 73, 72 liquidity. Okay, now that's one scenario. The next scenario is that this breakdown fails and we come back up into the range or the other side of the range here. Okay, so far it's holding. Okay, so far. Okay, we're still below where it broke out from here. It just tested up here now. Okay, so I would avoid this until I saw sellers down here around 74.5. Now it's not financial advice, okay, but that's what we'd look for, because we want to see it fail up here, and we want to see the aggressive sellers come in here and trade it back down to the bottom of the range. Okay. Any questions on that? Okay, this is the low volume pullback, basically. Okay, so here's the big volume. This is the impulse move. I don't see a lot of buyers in here. I'm looking for another impulse move on the sell side. And now we don't know. It might fail. It hasn't. The trend has not really gotten started yet, and that's fine. Okay, this is what we're looking for in the elements in here. And let's see, do we get more sellers back down on another retest? Then it will be likely it will break into 72 liquidity, and maybe we'll get another impulse move as well. So impulse move 1, pull back, and then we can take this one, measure it, and impulse move 2, maybe down to 68.70 or 68.68, basically the move. Okay, understood. Any questions? We'll see if we're down to 72.5 or 72. Take some off. I would take some off down here. Okay, and I would put my stop at break even, and I'd be stopped out already. Okay, so I just hit a single, and that's it. If we get another opportunity, then we'd look for it. Now, our large lot tracker is just showing that this high liquidity coming in here, it's one individual player that probably has about 100 lot at each one there. Okay, look at that manipulation. Okay, they're coming in, they're chasing it down here. They're trying to get price to move lower, and they're being very successful with that. And there we go. Okay, and there's the move down to that measured move here. Okay, I would have been stopped out, but then an order flow event came back in here. All right, guys, let me get back to your questions in here. How's everybody doing anyway? I rattled off through a bunch of stuff here. All right, sounds good, Robert. Robert, any trades today? Perfect day. Okay, great. Measured move, Richard, very, very simple in Bookmap. There's a couple different tools to use. Oh, you published. Okay, cool. All right, let's take a look. If you don't mind, we'll take a look. But yeah. So let me answer your question. Richard. So just use the drawing tools, okay? And you can use a rectangle or a line, and then measure top to bottom, swing the swing here, okay? And then duplicate. I like to duplicate it so you can really see it. So I just kind of do the same thing, and then I edit this and move it. Okay. Now I'm going to move it to where though? Like I'm looking for a pullback and then another impulse move. Okay, and that's it, right? I'm not going to go like this, because unless price came down here and really the pullback was minor, very minor, then I would look for that measured move to be like this. Okay, otherwise measured move for the second impulse move after the pullback would be something like this, and it unfolded. All right, make sense? Okay, measured move is something I like very much because you start to understand like how much kind of power, pressure, ammunition, whatever, liquidity or volume that the aggressive buyers and sellers may have. You know, this kind of came from me looking at the tick or the ticky for, you know, the NYSE or the NASDAQ for the internals, and then understanding like, wow, you know, there's only so much pressure the market has. Why does it go up to like 1,000 or, you know, 1,200 or something like that, and then it reverses? And it's because like there's only so much buying or selling there can be, and then you're looking for it to take a break, and that's when you get some pullbacks a lot of times, or you know, some profit taking or something after big moves. All right, so anyway, so that the measured move makes sense to me, that there was so much pressure, takes a break, and then I'm looking for that pressure to unfold again. You guys can do it, you know, whatever you like. I mean, you look at swings, I look at liquidity, you can look at you know, whatever kind of a lot of people look at the VWAP and whatnot. So it's up to you guys, but I like to try to keep it clean and simple and not have too many lines on my chart. I find that the lines on the chart are distracting. And instead, I like to look at really the volume, the price structure, and the liquidity. Okay, so in this case, this was a beauty here. It went below the swing here. That's your measured move, but it hit the liquidity here, and then we get a strong reaction. Okay, not the strongest, but we see the buyers come in after that area in here. Okay, now what happened up here? Anyone want to speculate on that? I know you guys know this. So it's a funny move. And really I think it probably just kind of knocked some stops out and retested back to the high volume node, but it failed. Okay, well, look at the exhaustion here. Okay, do we see buyers back up here? No, there's no liquidity. Market tested up here, but it's not finding buyers. Okay, so we see the sellers come back in again. Okay, now this is a little different. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's watch this closely here. It's right here is where we want to watch. Okay, are we finding buyers now? Yeah, we are. Okay, where would they go then? Well, let's see if they can go up to 80, maybe 85. Okay, look at the bid. Look at the context in here. See how the bid started to light up underneath here? And then we found more buyers. So, but we're still looking for our 80 target to transact. That's it though for right now. Okay, just 80. And there we go. There's 80. More order flow phenomena here, guys. There's a beautiful flip of the book. We need to see if this holds though. Okay, sellers can hit into this liquidity and trade into and through it. There they go. Now, did they trade through it though? The book flip here. I'll go through it and just kind of define this for you guys. This is high liquidity on the offer. It transacted. More buyers trade through that area. So there's more aggressive buyers than there is limit sell orders here. But then the book flipped actually from offer to bid. Okay, so now there's buyers underneath here wanting to buy at the same price level, and they just transacted. The sellers took them on. So now, are we still accepting higher? if we are, then we're going to go through a scenario. We're looking for buyers here at 81 basically. If we get enough, I would look for them to take it back up into maybe 83, okay, or maybe 85. That's where we know the high liquidity is. All right, thanks, Richard. Market disguises simplicity. Well, that's why we're just keeping the elements simple, and then understanding the context of these elements. Okay. You know, the way that it's really funny. I think that because it's all here in Bookmap, we can read it. But if we look at the candlestick charts, we're really trying to do exactly the same thing, but with wicks and bodies and price structure, and also volume. But the volume is separated in a subchart. Okay? So it's really like there's a little bit of like hocus pocus in here. You know, that we don't really know what it's doing. Here, though, we see the behavior. Okay, and we know that. And that's the edge with order. All right, let's see if there's any questions. Guys, don't forget that later today, the onboarding webinar, and then this webinar here for the pilot program. I'll share the link for you guys. If you're not on our Discord over on YouTube, then we'll copy the link and post it for you. Okay. Come over to our Discord. All you need is an email that's registered at bookmap.com. You'll get access. There you go. Yeah, I'm not much of a VWAP trader, and just so you guys know, for me, it's like I said, I think the lines on the chart distract me, and I don't know. Yeah, VWAP is pretty good because it's one line that people are going to be looking at and reacting to. That's where moving averages just don't do it for me. Maybe a different kind of indicator is fine, but not for a defined strategy, because I just don't know who's reacting to what line on what time frame. Is it the 9 moving average, the 20 moving average, the 50 moving average, the 100, and then is it on the 5-minute, is it on the daily, etc. And VWAP is a lot simpler, and that's a good thing. Okay. Anyway, I like to just read the pressures in here. I know we're in an uptrend, and I know that we were looking for a small downtrend in here as well, because we're trading up into the higher time frame. Okay, and we caught that, or saw that. And now we're back up here, and we're looking for the opposite. We're looking for it to trade back up into 80, and then would see. And then we're looking for 83, 85. And look at, there's some exhaustion. There's sellers above this swing here. So I'm looking for sellers to try to retest back down into the swing here, and there's a swing here. Okay, so I'm looking for that. How much selling pressure is in here? Okay, so maybe it only comes down to this one, and then we find buyers back again. Then we break out up into 85 and 87. Oh, how to copy the rectangle? Yeah, Matt, let me show you something in here. It just so you guys know, I use the keyboard shortcuts in Bookmap a lot for the drawing tools. It's really simple to do. Okay, let me show you. So I also use them in the replay mode a lot. All right, so just go up to settings, keyboard shortcuts. Okay, the rewind tools are here. Okay? And I just use, these are default, by the way. Okay, so to pause your replay, just hit the space bar. Okay, this is a really important one. It's a great one. You can also speed it up and speed it down with your left and right arrows on the keyboard. Okay, it says comma and the pause, but like basically they're the arrows. All right, so that's that. Now, and they're already here by default by an assignment. But let's go into the main toolbar. It's not main. Common instruments. And not that one. Instrument trading. I thought it was main toolbar and then tool. Hold on. Toolbar. This one. Okay, under toolbar, you can see drawing tools. Click on that. I just gave them a simple letter in here. So clear drawings, for example, is just the letter C. I hit C and it will clear it. Okay. Now, let's right click in here, and that's how you add your shortcut or remove your shortcut. Okay? And then just give it a shortcut. You can use two keys as well. So let me remove it here. Okay. And then I'll put it back in, and we'll do add a shortcut. And I'm going to do I don't know, let's use Alt Q. There you go. And then now it's Alt Q. So if I hit Alt Q, all of these drawing tools will go away. It'll clear them. So Alt Q, clear your drawings. Yep, there we go. Okay, that's one thing I wanted to show, Matt. Let's go back here. I use the letter C for myself, not Alt Q. Okay. And I'll just come back in here, right click, remove it, and then C. Or right click, add, letter C, done. All right. And you can see edit, I use E, ellipse, I use O, etc. All right. So that's the keyboard shortcuts. Now, let's go over the duplication. Okay, you can't copy a drawing and move it. So what I do is I just kind of duplicate it. Okay, so for example, let's suppose we're looking for a breakout of this range here. Okay, well, let's just duplicate that. Okay, with another rectangle, and then I use Control E or my E to edit, and then I just match it up here. Okay, and it matches with the swing up here, and there's liquidity there, so that's good. I want to see that. Now what I would look for is what would make me think it's going to break out of this range and come up and trade into these targets up here. Okay? I need to see a host of things. I need to see that there are buyers in here interested in taking it up here. Right now, I don't see that. Okay, well, where are the buyers? Well, they're down here. Okay, so I need to see this filled. Then I need to see it reject. And I need to see green dots come in here at that point. Again, this is very similar to the trendline break and accumulation, but we're just talking about passive accumulation and aggressive accumulation. There's some aggressive accumulation, but I don't know. I'm not convinced to buy yet. I would look for maybe a bit lower here before I would buy and trade it back up. Anyway, let's move on. Oh, and then to exit here, this is by default here. You can see that to exit, you can just use, let's say you're in drawing mode in here, rectangle. Just hit the escape key, and then you will go back to regular mode. Okay, so here we are down here. Okay, we traded into that high liquidity, so we found some buyers. Now the question is, can we find some, we found passive buyers here, but we need to see a structure break. Okay, now a small time frame structure would be here, 79. Okay, and then now we need to see the aggressive accumulation. Okay, and then they can move it up into maybe this liquidity up here. And I don't see them showing up. I just see more sellers. So I'm looking for sellers to drive it lower until I see those buyers come back in. Okay, guys, this is what I just mentioned in here. We'll talk about it more in the pilot program. But if you don't, basically, you're looking for that trend line break and accumulation, and you don't get it, and you see more sellers, you can still look for this to go lower. I don't want to mess with you guys too much and confuse you, but the idea is we are trending away from an area. We see some passive accumulation, but we don't see buyers, and we see more sellers. We are still looking for trend continuation. Right? So basically, you can trade this down and down and down until you start to see all of that passive accumulation and no break of structure and no aggressive buyers coming in. Okay, well, look at the selling pickup here. Okay, so now we need to look for sellers to drop it again down into 71.5, this liquidity here. Okay, so it's a lot of selling. Look at the selling pickup here. Okay, so we wouldn't have been duped. In fact, we would have traded it down, and we're still looking for it to go lower. How often do I use a measured move? Well, I really like, it's like, where am I going to target things and why, right? So I have reasons behind it. I've suggested to people, no matter how you trade, whatever style that you trade out there, let's suppose it's VWAP. In fact, we can put an anchored VWAP on here if you guys like, or just regular VWAP. Okay. Let's see here. So this is my VWAP from 1046 from right now. Well, anyway, we've got a VWAP on here. It's this color. This is my point here. Is what I want to make is like this is a session VWAP, okay, and you're looking for, you know, buying at the VWAP, trying to keep your plan really simple. Just do this. Look for liquidity to support a bounce off of VWAP down here. Okay, because you want to find buyer. Our buyers lined up to support this idea, okay? And you can confirm that with the liquidity heat map. Yeah, so Richard, you can see that the measure move in here. I mean, like I said, there's reasons for it, and I think there are traders who also look at measured moves, and it's kind of self-fulfilling at that point. Like trend lines can be as well, kind of self-fulfilling. As long as traders are reacting to it, that's what we want. Okay, where are the most traders reacting to something? Okay, that's why we look at, in the pilot program, we look at the swings, because we know that we're looking for a reaction at this level here, for example. Okay, so right here, let's watch and wait. Okay, the we might get it a little bit lower. We might have to come down to this level here. Okay, but there is liquidity at these levels here. Okay, so let's look for a bit of a pullback here. Now, just a pullback. Okay, I would outline a pullback to here, basically. Okay, after trading into this, there's some aggressive buyers. Can they take it a little bit higher here, up to 72.5? So just trying to keep it really simple with the levels as well. Okay, now is this a key level? No, it is not. This is a minor level. Okay, but we're looking for a minor move though. Richard, let me show you something on our learning center that you might find helpful. Go to bookmap.com, click on education, and then scroll down to, this is the first course we put together. We just have a continuation pattern and a reversal pattern, and very, very simple though. Just made it only in a diagram form, but the diagram serves us well here. Okay, so a measured move, even on your head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders here. Okay, you know, you can measure these areas in here, and then you're measuring also the area above and starting to look for targets up in those areas. So match that with liquidity up in here. Okay, you guys can go with a trend line or a neckline break or whatever. In this case, in here, we're going pretty aggressive. We're looking for a shift in the change in the order flow, and we're looking for getting in here because we know there's buyers here. We know that there's sellers here. It's a higher low, and we're looking for more buyers, and that's our context to trade it back up to the top of the range, take some off, but look for a possible continuation pattern after that, right? They usually, I mean, if the head and shoulders completes, then this is what it'll do. Okay, now we're going to look for that and look for the order flow here. Okay, so these represent the volume dots clearly, and then these areas in here represent the heat map. Okay, so this is kind of what we're looking for. All right, so what do we do here? All right, we're getting our move. Now, this is turning into a bigger move. Well, we don't know if it can turn, how big of a move it will turn into, but we were looking for some sort of reaction, a minor pullback here. We got it. It came back up to here. That's it. Now, we don't know what's going to happen after that. In fact, I would look for sellers to roll back in again and trade back down into, you know, this 65 liquidity. Okay? And below this swing here, this is a more important swing. Okay, but we found some buyers. Anyway, Richard, take this idea of measured moves and go check it out. You know, go back and test. Okay, and understand why it might be working. Sometimes it doesn't work because you just don't get more buyers in a move higher, or you know, more sellers in a move lower. They start to be absorbed, and you get less and less moves, like this here. Big impulse move, another big impulse move, lesser, and buyers starting to come in. Why? Because we see buyers absorbing in these areas here, getting filled. So there's our passive accumulation. And then the head here just kind of breaks the low here. A lot of absorption, full absorption. And then we get buyers and retest back up here to the structure. Okay, this is how you can kind of move from downtrend to sideways to reversal. Okay, and yeah, there's also other reasons why measured moves, you know, can work. Is where are people putting their stops? And where are those stop runs going to unfold? Anyway, let's see. I'm already getting tired here, guys. Talking quite a bit. And Richard and others, just to circle back to what we're talking about here. It really all sets up from this. Okay, is going back to this kind of journaling and getting prepared for the day and marking up your charts, etc. Understanding what's moving the market, okay? And then your key levels, and then your scenarios, and then finally your setup. If you have these all aligned in here, you have more chances of it becoming a positive outcome. And then I would suggest try that pilot program and just go back and hit replay mode again and again and again and build experience. Build experience with this process here. You're gonna improve your confidence. You're gonna know that it works, and that's one part of building your edge. Okay, like I was mentioning in this pilot program about the edge building. Okay, well, one part is your experience. And now there's 3 other parts as well. There's 4 altogether, maybe even 5, but like 4. One is building that experience. Number 2, and doing it through repetition. Okay. You can use that replay mode and speed it up so you can get through those repetitions much quicker. And that will build your confidence even more. Okay, so you'll be able to get up and running very, very quickly instead of having to trade the live markets, which can be a drag. And you have to wait forever for a setup. Okay. Then when you do see the setup in the live market, due to your experience in replay mode, you'll be able to act. All right, next, what other edge? Well, you're going to capture that, and it's going to be in your trading journal. Okay, so you turn on your trading journal. Guys, I'm going to get rid of the VWAP. You turn on your trading journal, and it's the trading statistics. Never find stuff. Trading statistics. Probably just went over. There it is. Okay, let's bring that up. Okay. And it's this web journal here. Sync with the web journal. You're going to create a journal in here, and then you can take trades and have them routed into this. Okay, let's open it up here. So create a name for it, and you're going to name it for the trendline break accumulation, for the pilot program at least, and then you can trade into it. All right, that will bring up the trading journal, and when you trade in replay mode, you're going to capture it and you're going to trade it into here. Here it is. Okay, so this is the one I've been demoing just recently. I don't have many trades in here, which is fine. Okay, and actually, I'm starting to build it pretty nicely here. I got 26 trades in here. All right. Now, you'll see, you're going to learn that, and you're going to, understand that the setup's in there someplace, and you're likely going to have a positive P&L curve. But that's okay. But it's really about building experience. And at this point, it's really about, building confidence, seeing it, but also from your trade history in here, you're going to start to see I have some losses in here, and they're not all positive. And then what you're going to do though is build out your notes in here, mark up your charts. This is where you're really going to learn, is by looking at this and understanding the details in here, and then you'll have a playbook here, like of several of these. Okay, this is how you're quantifying your data here, your setup and your trading experience. You're quantifying it, and now you have it marked up. Okay, so that is the third element in here, is you're building out your playbook. And the fourth element is sharing it with the community. Okay, let me show you what it looks like over in here. If you go over to the pilot program here, and this is where you're really going to learn a lot. Okay, here's a new person in here. Great, their first trade attempt, fantastic. And start to mark up your charts. Okay, now this person's taken the first step, but start to mark up passive liquidity here. Okay, now how to do that too. Let me show you another add-on that you're going to use, and that is the setups checklist right here. Okay, this is by default now showing the trendline break and accumulation, and it was made smaller here, so the developers did a nice job here. Okay, so you don't have to add it or anything. All you have to do is select it, and it will pop up with this 1, 2, 3, and 4 in here. Start marking them up. Okay, so number 1, passive accumulation on 3+ levels. Anyway, number 2, your key level on the higher time frame. Number 3, a break of the structure. Number 4, aggressive accumulation. So here we've got just the trend line break, and he traded it here, and then you can see where he moved his stops, etc. This is great, but continue on. This is gold here, in fact, that he's trading, right, back in August or June. It looks like it's the August contract. Yeah, it's the August contract. Okay. Guys, you can put this settings in here always on top, so this will remain on top as well. Okay, so you've got your template here for your setup. Okay, so again, let's go through it. Number 1 is you're trading in replay mode and trading many instances, building reps like at the gym, practicing. Number 2, that's building your confidence. Number 2, you're capturing those trades in the journal. You're building out your playbook there, and you're building out a quantifiable edge. That's 2 and 3. Quantifiable edge and then playbook. Number 4 is you're sharing it with the community, learning about how others are doing it, how you might be able to improve, and you're open to new ideas, other ideas from others. All right. All right, let me get to some questions here. And guys, check this out here. Okay, same ideas in here. Now, this is only really one layer, a level of high liquidity or passive liquidity. Okay, but why, and did it transact? Yeah, it did, in here. And you can start to look at these things. In a range-bound environment, when you start to understand, like in a trending environment, I need 3+, right? Levels of passive liquidity. But in a range-bound, maybe I only need 1 or 2. What I really need is for it to maybe test the level. There's high liquidity, and then I see buyers come in and start to move the market higher. I would look for point of control and other side of the range here. Okay, so you can see, like, you start to understand a reversal pattern, you'll start to understand a range bound pattern, you'll start to understand a continuation pattern. We'll get there, but just start with this one setup, and you'll get better and better at it. And this context will seep into your knowledge. Okay, let's see. I'm going to say here, or is going to get to your questions. Oh, thanks, Villa Joey. Good one to rewatch here. Yeah, well, I would also encourage you to come later today to the pilot program onboarding webinar. Okay, we'll go through the nuances and trade it many times over. I'll show you how the trading process. Question: Monday, New Year's, usually bad price action, harder to trade. Yeah, well, there's a lot of things. This is really important to understand, and this is bigger picture context, Joey. What's happening during New Year's? What's happening end of the year? What are traders reacting to? Now, again, that's bigger picture stuff, right? And that's here. In this kind of this guide here. Well, that's, market impetus and also key levels. Okay, what are traders doing? End of the year, what are larger players doing? They're rebalancing their portfolios for the year. So that's the market timing. Okay? And that's an important thing to understand. What's moving the market? What are traders reacting to? That's what they're going to react to. Okay, typically what happens on New Year's, or the first, like, maybe not New Year's Day, or the day after, but the first week or so, maybe the first couple of weeks, it's usually bullish. Why is that? Well, because a lot of the fund managers are purchasing for the new year. Every month they're purchasing as well. Beginning of the month, there's a truckload of money, truckloads of money going into the market. Okay? Understanding that. And then now you're going to look at your key levels and you develop some scenarios and then wait for a setup, and you could take advantage of that. Okay, market timing, it's a microcosm of it here. Like this time of day for us in this webinar, this is very typical here. Opening drive, move to the upside. Look at this, it's almost on the button here. 10 a.m., that was the swing high. And it's been chop ever since. Okay, and this is perfect. Illustrates it perfectly. Opening drive and then a bunch of chop. Okay, now we're looking for smaller moves to play out here due to the order flow. Now is the market ready to move? Well, what do we have coming up here? Okay, we have the London close. It's end of the week. It's also OPEC's expiry. Okay, so what are we noting here? Okay, well, it's pretty strong buying in here, right? Look at those bars. Look at the move higher here. But now we're starting to see a lot of liquidity up here too, and it's transacting around the 68, 80, 82. And these are sellers. So these buyers are meeting the sellers here. Passive sellers, aggressive buyers trading into it. Okay? That's all we know right now. Okay? There might be more aggressive buyers who come in back up above. We'll take a look. we get them here? A little bit. Bid looks good. They're on the bid here. Okay. I'd look for buyers to take it higher here, up into, I don't know, maybe 82, 83, maybe 85. Okay. Now that just kind of just shifted my opinion on that now, because this liquidity on the bid pulled. Okay. And now look what happened. We had some buyers in here, and now we're getting a lot of sellers in this small range in here. Okay, so I would take that back now, but we didn't know that at that point. At this point here, we're thinking, yeah, we'll probably, see this kind of test up into these areas here. And then they pulled and they sold. Pulled and sold. And then we're looking for a bottom of the range now, okay, of this range. Even a C student like you, Joey, can understand. Oh, thank you. I mean, we're trying to very objectively and clearly describe something that's pretty not so easy to describe clearly. But it really comes down to these elements on the screen in the order flow. And if you can start to understand that context, that's where you'll find the edge. And then, like I said, you're going to build the edge through your experience, though. It's not just because someone else, told you about the setup or whatever. You're going to build it yourself. Now, look what's happening up here. Interesting stuff. Look at this. This is our large lot tracker. Look at the size here, 2574. That's liquidity there. And is just transacted. Okay, let's see if we can get more buyers now above that, or are we going to exhaust? We see more buyers in here, we're going to break out. Okay, they just traded into that, and they took all of it. Look at this huge buying bar here. Okay, it dwarfs everything else. And the question is, though, is can we get those buyers back up here now? If I don't see them, I'm not taking it. Okay, and is that enough in here? I don't know. Not for me. I really need to see them commit. Okay, and what helps is a bid in here. The bid looks pretty good, but I need to see them commit here. And yeah, I would probably pass on this one. I'm not seeing it, and I don't want to be trapped up here at the top. Right? This is good though. Now, let's watch this order flow phenomena. Right here. Are we going to get more buyers off of that level? See how this kind of turns into support? Let's see. Does it hold? Got a lot of buyers there. Are they going to continue to buy there? Okay, now we're back up here. Do I see the committed buyers we're looking for earlier? No, not yet. Okay, bid still looks good. All right, let's see the breakout here. Okay, bid looks good, and we're starting to find a little bit. Okay, so it's just trickling up here. Yeah, again, I don't really like it, but I am looking for it to go higher and then probably come back into the range here. It's just not enough buying here to really move this thing at the moment. I think I answered your questions over in YouTube. Yeah, guys, over in YouTube, hit the like button, please, if you like this. Subscribe. Better yet, come over to our Discord channel and verify your email and get access to all the chat over here. How do I identify passive accumulation? What's the difference between passive and aggressive? Okay, that's critical. The heat map. What is the heat map showing? Kalyan. Callian, what is the heat map showing? Okay, it's showing liquidity. Okay, what is liquidity? Well, these are limit sell orders here, 196. And in Bookmap, we're showing 197 here. We're showing it in a heat map form. And that's what that red area is here. It's 19. It represents in this view 197. These are limit sell orders. Yes. Okay. And here's 107, and it's this yellow color. Scales up here. Okay, we can brighten it up here, and you can see it better. We dim it so you don't blind yourself. Up here, 80, 82, 130. Okay, so there's a lot of sellers up in here. That's what we know. Now, what we want to understand is the aggressors here, the market buy orders. So these are limit sell orders. The green dots are market buy orders. The red dots are market sell orders. Okay, this is what takes liquidity off of the best bid or offer. Like these buyers take liquidity. They're takers. These guys are providing liquidity. They're market makers, basically. If you hear maker taker, anyway, as a term. And a lot of times you can get discounts by being a market maker instead of a taker. So now we're looking for absorption, meaning that the buyers met the sellers here, but these sellers in here, these limit sell orders, they absorbed all of the buying pressure. Okay, and we look for that. And now in this case, see how there's just more buyers up here, more buyers up here. There's more buyers than there are limit sell orders. That's the context. So where are we going to go? Likely to the next level of high liquidity. Now, we don't have to. Maybe we don't find enough buyers to get up there. But in this case, we did. Okay. Then up here, we didn't find any buyers. Look, you can even see here, this is exhaustion. Look in these little points up in here. This is just the best offer. There's no one up here. No one is interested in buying up here. There were some earlier, but not now on the retest. Okay, so we're going to find sellers, drive it back down into the range. We don't have to either. We just might go sideways up in here. Okay, this is really important to understand. Let me show you where you can find out more about this, and that is from our learning center. So go to bookmap.com and click on education. And then go to the learning center here, and then watch this one here, market mechanics course. Okay, there's also order flow phenomena, but this course here, at least watch part 1. It will go through all of this and show you and explain exactly what's happening here. Okay, we'll do it in diagram form so you can comprehend. Right? Like this, a sweeping of the order book, a concept here. What happened? Well, all these aggressive sellers came in and swept the book. They took all the liquidity at these levels. Right? Okay, guys, so we did trade up here and then we sold off. Okay, we're kind of like not too convinced by this. We're like, yeah, it's probably, we're looking for this to go a little higher, but we're not too convinced. Well, sellers took it right back down now. Okay, so that's the environment we're in at the moment. Anyway, Callian, yeah, all those resources are free on the Learning Center. And if you want to, get in and try Bookmap, then, I'd go for the deal. Or the deals that you see on the home page there, and subscribe and give it a try, and get started. You can access that pilot program as well, and start to build your edge. Okay, again, like I said, I just can't tell you how many times I've talked to so many traders, and this is the number one thing they're missing, and it is essential to have an edge. If you don't have an edge, you should not be trading. But what happens is people get really excited. I mean, I did it too for years. come into the market and it's like, oh, I'm all eager, I want to make money, and I learn setups, I read books, I watch videos, and it's like, oh, okay, I understand the setup, you do this, this, and this, and I should make money. It's logical, but it doesn't work. And why is that? Because I haven't built the experience. I don't know if I have an edge. How do I know this thing works? Well, you need to trade it. You need to get data on it. You need to quantify it. And that's what the program does. Okay. And then once you have that, then you know if you have an edge or not. Now, even when you have an edge, is it always going to work? No. You're going to have losses. At this point, when you have an edge, you're the casino. And all those games at the casinos have a slight edge on all of them. They will win overall every time. Okay, now are they going to get losers? Yeah. Yeah, every day they're going to have many, many losers, but they're going to have more winners than losers. Okay, so it's the same thing you're building out with your edge. Oh, you have Global Plus. Okay. Yeah. So and you're in the Learning Center. Sounds like great. This is a great place to go. First, the way this is set up in the Learning Center is to get started, get up and running, learn the features. So basically, learn how to drive the car, okay? How to connect it. Start the engine. How to learn about some of the add-ons. Next thing here is learn the road. Okay? Understand the racetrack. Okay? That's the market mechanics. Number 3, now you're going to get into strategies and setups. So it's like, okay, understand the racetrack. Here's this corner. It's off camber. How do you take it? That's where the setup comes in. Okay, this is how you take a corner. If it's off camber, you do it a little differently than a regular corner. This is where you're going to start to build your edge, or this is the first step to understanding if you have an edge. Then I would go to that pilot program and build out the edge. And then come to these events every day. Okay, Tom B is up next. We have onboarding webinar later today, and then I'm hosting that tutorial on replay mode. Okay, at 1:30, as you can see here. Sign up here. Just come in here and sign up. Here's a sign up to the pilot program. Here's a sign up to the event. All right. Yeah, we got as you scroll down that Learning Center page, that's the idea, that you start to understand as you scroll down, you get deeper and deeper into the education. All right, guys. Well, let's wrap it up. Let's call it a week here. We will let's see if there's any other questions in here. If not, then we'll wrap it up. Volume threshold indicator, Scarella. I don't know. Is that really what it's called? I don't think I understand. All right, well, let's look it up. Okay, so this is another way to use the Learning Center. Is you can come in here and you can do a search for a video in here, and then put in volume. And I think I know what you're talking about. You're talking about one of the settings. Okay. All right, so let's right click on a volume dot and we'll go to the setting here. Is this what you're talking about in here? Thresholds, or maybe I'm not really sure. You can put in a threshold in here, for filtering your minimum size, trade size, and minimum displayed volume. You'll see a lot less dots. Or you can use the clustering in here. I like using the smart clustering. Okay, if you use the slider here, you're going to see less and less and less volume, right? If you take it all the way back down, you're going to see a lot. Okay, I just use the default settings in here. Okay. There is an alert for volume if it's our large trade alert. And if it reaches a certain threshold, then you'll get an alert, basically. It's right here. Be careful with this one so that you don't get alerted all the time and drive yourself nuts. But yeah, if you like it.
Trade ESH6 CME at BMD by price 6,880.5, size 10.0.
See how I got a pop-up here, as well as a sound alert. Okay, so now let's put in a minimum size though, because I'm getting, this is for 10. No, I don't want 10. I want 100 or more. Okay. And that now we'll get a better alert. Maybe this is what you're talking about. Anyway, I'm going to disable it here and move on. All right, guys. I think that's it. That's all the. Let's see. Lucy is has another comment in here. Yeah, Callian, I really recommend start diving into the community over in Discord. Since you just got Bookmap, you're set to go. Okay, Lucy. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, tons of stuff we covered today. Oh, excellent. Okay, you're going to purchase lifetime and jump in. Excellent. Way to go. Yeah, dive in, take advantage of it. Take advantage of some of these programs. Okay, Bookmap Academy, Blue Jacket, pilot program. All right, guys. Yeah, I think we're good. Liquidity tracker is what you're talking about. Okay. Let's see. All right, I got a few minutes. I guess we can cover the liquidity tracker. It is an add-on. It's part of the. I think you can get it separately on the. And you might as well use the deal. But it's part of the MBO bundle. I would recommend you get the MBO bundle. It's part of it. So then this way, at least you can get stops and icebergs, which I think are amazing. That can be really a really good one. The liquidity tracker is right here. There's the free one, but then it doesn't have a filter. The paid one here with the allows you with the MBO bundle allows you to put in filters. Okay, so for example. The sizing here you want to filter out, so look for larger players, etc. And these would be some of your thresholds you would be putting in here. Okay, this is a weighting in here, but this is different. It's this one here. Okay, so the minimum size, show me at least the 15 had traded, and then you can put it, then show me in here. Now see how I put in a bunch of lines in here. So we can come back down here now. You can see it put in 3 different lines here: the bid, the offer, and the difference. Bid, minus ask, or ask minus bid. And you can just, we'll just look at one of them here. Okay, and we'll also take out stops and icebergs for a moment. Okay, so yeah, we're looking for our large trades in here, and you're filtering for it. So you can see it went down dramatically here because we saw that transaction happen. It was 2,000 contracts, I think, right? 2,500. right? So that there's a ton of liquidity and it transacted, boom, to the downside. Okay. Anyway, you're tracking the liquidity, and you can put in different filters for it, and then the buyers came back in on the bid. All right, guys. Yeah, thanks for coming. Have a great weekend, and we will catch up with you on Monday. And don't forget the later this afternoon, if you're interested in learning how to trade in replay mode and really hone your process for building your edge. Okay, it's open to all, yeah, come on over to our Discord channel. All right, yeah, have a good weekend, and we will catch up with you Monday. Bye bye.